Okay, I'm gonna start this off by saying this was not the original video at all. I was gonna do another one until this happened, so I just want to say that. And also, I was going to do in the background, but the recording got messed up, so I had to do Roblox instead. So enjoy. So yeah. Also, this is spoiler for Heartstopper, the book, and the reason I put Alien Stage instead was so because I didn't know if that was like allowed on YouTube. I know the copyright stuff is like, yeah, I just don't know about that very much, so I didn't want to get in trouble or anything. So yeah, I ended up putting Alien Stage instead. So I'm gonna start off the story by so one time so like a couple days ago I was begging my parents to bring me to the library. Wait, before so this is unscripted too. I was getting the Heartstopper books, spoiler for Heartstopper once again. But I was getting those books, and this is how my parents found out about my yaoi. So yeah, but so basically I begged my parents to get me yaoi. Oh no, to bring me to the library. My bad. To bring me to the library, and so we went. I got my books. One of them was, I think it was the fifth one of Heartstopper. So I picked that out. We can leave, and I'm reading one of my books in the car, and then we end up at my aunt's house, and so I'm almost done with one of them, and I'm like, let me finish them in the car, and then my dad's like, no, get out. You could just read them now. So I bring out my bag full of my books. I go inside, greet my aunt, uncle, and cousin, and then she tells me to sit down. And I'm like, no, I can stay up. So I lean over the couches and start reading one of the books, and then my stepmom's like, sit down. So I come over with the bag, and my aunt's like, oh, I want to see what books you got. And I forget that I got the Heartstopper book, so I let her look through, and like just to say, all she did was read the title and look at the next book. But then she came on Heartstopper, and then she didn't know about Heartstopper, so she opened the book, looked at the introduction, read it, and then I was so done because I heard the words sleepover and taking the relationship to the next level, and I'm like, oh my god, is this what I think it is? Because I didn't read it afterwards, guys. I didn't know that stuff was in Heartstopper. So, I wasn't expecting it, but I put two and two together, and I'm like, what is going on? And then my aunt decides to flip through the pages. By the way, the first time she did this for the books, she flips through the pages, and then she stumbles upon a page where one of the characters, Charlie, Nick is helping Charlie take off his shoe, and I'm like, oh, and then she was like, oh, you can't read this, no, you can't read this, and then she, my aunt shows my stepmom, and she's like, oh yeah, you can definitely not read this, and I was like, it's a girl and boy too, right? And then she's like, no, this is two boys, and then they're talking about it. I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know, oh my god, I swear, my stepmom, but you've caught these books before, and I'm like, they didn't do any of this stuff in the books, I swear. And then I go off with my cousin, and I tell him about it. I forgot what he said, and then later, food arrives, and then we're at the dinner table, and then my stepmom turns to me like, oh, so what are the other books about? And I'm like, oh, what's a slice of life? If you don't know what slice of life is, it's basically like someone's life. It's just, it's kind of in the name. So I told her that, and she's like, and then I don't know what they're talking about because they're talking about it in Spanish. So, but I was just so embarrassed. Like, my face was probably red, my back was sweating. Like, I was like so scared because my family's Catholic, or at least on that side. Like, I was nervous. And then So and then we're leaving, and then my cousin's like, good luck, once you get home you're gonna get the biggest select show of your life. And I'm like, I know, oh my god. I was like, I'm super nervous. And he's like, nah, you're gonna be fine. And then I told him that once I get into that call, I'm putting in my earphones, which they're like quote unquote noise cancellation. Like if I put in music loud enough, I can't hear what's going on. So I get in the call, and then they immediately get down to business, bro. They're immediately talking about it. And in Spotify, I have a song that was finished but not quite yet. There was still a couple seconds, so I could hear them. Even though I don't understand what they're saying, I knew that they were talking about that sense, even though it was in Spanish. So, and then I'm like, come on, and then yeah, and then so yeah, I survived that call. Right, I get home, run to my room so I could keep the book, and I read it over the night. And then, oh my god, I found what page my aunt thought. It was so obvious that it was getting freaky, and the whole book was about getting freaky. And then the next morning we're going off to church, and then my stepmom's like, oh, I'm gonna need that book. And then so I'm like, what book? Cause I forgot about the whole thing. And she's like you know what book? And I'm like, oh. So I get up, grab it, and I'm like, thank God I read it last night. And I hand it to her, and that's just it. And then also Julio, my cousin's like, oh, now your parents gonna have to check every book you get now. And I'm like, I know, oh my god. So yeah, and I come to my mom's house because I have divorced parents, and then she's like, so what happened with this gay book? And she's like laughing about it because my mom doesn't really care too much. You know, she knows I'm bisexual, so she's like, what happened with that? And then she was like laughing, and I explained to her the whole story, and she's like laughing and stuff, and like I'm talking to her about it. And oh my god, this is the most. I never thought this would happen to me ever. Like I saw all those videos about mom found the alley and or my grandma found my yaoi. Like I've seen all that and never saw what happened to me. Like I had times where I'm like, what if this happened to me? But I never actually saw it. Turns out it did. And yeah, and now I'm probably gonna get really restricted on books. By the way, I read a lot of BL, which and GL, and watch and consume a lot of that media, so I might be cooked. But yeah, once again, this wasn't the original video planned out. I'm probably gonna post it later. Yeah, and sorry about the Roblox video. Promise, probably next video I'll change it out for one, but the filming kinda was bad. Like it just canceled out, so I had to do this as a secondary option. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my suffering, and I know this is crazy for the first video and that this is completely unscripted. Oh my god, I just say I have time to script it. I'm doing this at night right now. That's probably why you hear me being so quiet. This is at night. But yeah, another thing bonus, I'm getting a lecture 2 with my stepdad, dad, and my mom. It's not gonna be that bad, she said, but I'm still so scared about it. So yeah, I might be cooked. And another thing, I bring those type of books to school so like I can show it to my friends because they like to see it. And now I'm not gonna be able to do that anymore, which was super fun to like read it with them and see it with them. But I'm not gonna have to be able to do that anymore. I swear I'm not this big nerd at all. They just flipped to the free keyboards. But yeah, even though there was none in Hostel, but yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my suffering and my first video. This is a secret account. My main account is in my bio. And yeah. Anyways, bye. Hope you enjoyed my first rant video, and I swear the next one will be still be Battle Lands anyways.